In this episode of Creative Minds, we're starting at Lava Gallery, surrounded by Deirdre Frost's contemporary oil paintings. Then we're off to the Backwater Studios to meet with the artist to hear about the inspiration behind her work.
I grew up in Inniscarra, which is about 20 minutes outside of the city. All of our play was outdoors, in nature. So I really have grown up with that love of different plants. I still, really use all those plants in my paintings because I think they're just a sign of hope, and they also have great character. For example, in this series of paintings, I have the prickly gorse, which still smells beautiful, which can be problematic with farmers, and then they have really soft bog cotton, which is so soft and dry, and at the top, its feet are in the bog. My work has always been about the experience of being in the urban environment and how we see the natural world from this perspective. I think that really struck a chord with people during COVID, because suddenly we were all locked into our houses in our buildings, and I think the natural world was maybe the only thing that gave us a bit of reprieve and the only activity that was going on. One of the things that led me to that was walking to college every day and passing the architectural school. And they had all these little models in the window where they were designing new buildings for the future. And I was looking around the city around me and thinking that all of these, originally were architectural ideas or ideas designed by people for different reasons. So in the work, I wanted to show this environment around us as something that we create and control. So I simplified down all of the buildings into simplistic shapes with warm, inviting colour. I would hope that people can feel that they can engage with them, that they're accessible, they have depth in them. With all of the wars that have been going on, the work has taken a turn a little bit because just there seems to be so much collapse everywhere. It's a bit disastrous, so a lot of the buildings in my work are now kind of collapsing down on top of themselves and things. But I still want to have that hope and positivity in the work, because I want people to be able to engage with it and feel like, yes, we can get involved and make a positive change. I tried something really new for this show. I got in touch with Louis Mulcahy Pottery down in Dingle. We designed and made several pots, which I'm going to open up like the way I do with the buildings. I'm going to use these large-scale opened-up pots as canvases and paint the insides of them, based on Cork City and considering different areas throughout history where we have specifically cared for and nurtured plants in our city. I've been really lucky that I have a studio here at the Backwater because they're subsidised, which means that the studio space is affordable. The director and the board here work really hard to make sure there's enough funding to support studios, so it's a great environment to work in. I think the most challenging thing is that I really push myself, and I can get really stressed if I have exhibitions coming up and I'm trying to get ideas together. But then it can be euphoric then when you feel like things are going well. So I think it's the ups and downs are probably the hardest part of it. It's great having something to really kind of channel that energy into.